Jeremy Clarkson hit back at Frances Emmanuel Macron following his comments about the UK during the G7 summit in Cornwall earlier this month. Cornwall hosted the 47th G7 summit where the leaders from the world's richest 7 democracies gathered on the beaches to discuss the response to the COVID-19 pandemic and climate change. But Jeremy Clarkson was astounded at French President Emmanuel Macron, who he claimed opened up about what he dislikes about Britain. At the prestigious meeting, Boris Johnson and Macron sparred over Brexit, as issues still withstanding threatened to overshadow the summit's conclusion, with London accusing France of offensive remarks that Northern Ireland was not part of the UK. Jeremy meanwhile took to his column for The Sun to pen down his thoughts. It must be awkward for the leaders of the G7 nations because before they can actually get cracking with whatever it is they're supposed to be doing, they all have to get things off their chest, he began. Boris had to tell Joe Biden the woman who knocked a British kid off his motorbike while driving on the wrong side of the road should stop hiding behind diplomatic immunity and face trial in the UK. And Biden had to tell Boris to sort Ireland out. So after referring to the Royal Air Force as the RFA, he picked himself up from his latest tumble and launched into a blistering attack. He went on to note that Macron's approach wouldn't be the best way to kick off a party. Emmanuel Macron of France, meanwhile, had to open up with a salvo on all that he hates about Britain, Jezza wrote. Which is everything. Can you imagine if we did this? Started every party by going round the room telling everyone exactly what we thought of them. He added cheekily, I'm not sure the atmosphere afterwards would be all that convivial. Away from politics, Jeremy revealed he's been waiting 6 months for home furnishings for his new house that he didn't realize were in short supply. Due to the pandemic, building developers ran into issues straight away as a shortage of materials meant they couldn't do their jobs. The Grand Tour host has been building his dream home right at the center of Diddley Squat Farm ever since his co-stars James May and Richard Hammond decided to blow his old one up in an impressive, yet extremely dramatic stunt for the show. Work began in 2019 right before COVID hit and he's still struggling to get hold of things he needs to make it livable. In his latest column for The Sun, Jeremy wrote down his plight, completely flabbergasted at the fact there was a shortage of curtains. Curtains. Nope, he sighed, there's a 6-month wait for those too. But he jokingly added, still, at least I don't need a new car. Because there's now a global shortage of semiconductors, which means very few can be made. He continued, it's like the world can't remember how it works. We've spent the last year or so home, schooling our kids and learning how to bake bread, and now we're back at work, we've all forgotten what it is we should be doing.